What if I told you that one of the most powerful nations in the world was born from a rebellion by a group of colonies that were tired of paying taxes to a king across the ocean? This is the dramatic story of how the United States of America was founded. In the 1700s, the land that is now the United States was not an independent country. It was made up of 13 colonies controlled by King George III and the British Empire. These colonies were located along the eastern coast of North America, and although they were far away from Britain, they were still forced to follow British laws and pay heavy taxes. The problem was simple but powerful. The colonists had no representation in the British government, yet they were forced to pay taxes such as the Stamp Act and Tea Act. This led to a famous protest in 1773 known as the Boston Tea Party, where angry colonists dumped British tea into the harbor. It was a clear message. The colonies were tired of being controlled. Tension grew quickly. By 1775, fighting broke out between colonial militias and British soldiers, starting the American Revolutionary War. Colonial leaders began to believe that independence was the only solution. Then, on July 4, 1776, something historic happened. A document called the United States Declaration of Independence was approved by representatives of the colonies. The main author of this document was Thomas Jefferson, and it boldly declared that the colonies were now free and independent states. The revolution was led by figures like George Washington, who commanded the colonial army against Britain. The war lasted several difficult years, but eventually the colonies won their independence. In 1783, the conflict officially ended with the Treaty of Paris, where Britain recognized the new nation, the United States of America. But the founders were not finished. In 1787, leaders gathered to create a new system of government and wrote the United States Constitution, which established democracy, separation of powers, and the rights of citizens. From a group of rebellious colonies, the United States was born. Today, the United States is one of the most influential nations in the world. But its story began with a simple idea, that people should have the right to govern themselves. And that idea changed history forever.